What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Club Brugge, in the round of 32, first leg, away from home. So let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 4 changes from the last game against AZ Alkmaar. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with Romero, Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Williams, Pereira, Matic, Lingard and Martial. Getting into the overall reaction now. Magic Martial saved the day. Bore draw, sloppy performance, not the best, not the worst performance. Club Brugge looked like a good team now. Was it a fair result? Can United win the second leg and go through to the round of 16? It's a draw, unfortunately. We move on. Anyway, guys, no messing about. Let's just dive in straight into the questions. What did I make of the performance? Unfortunately, I missed this game, and I watched the highlights. And due to the highlights, obviously they don't really show you a lot of the game, and they don't really show you most of the game. So due to the highlights, but you know, it wasn't not just due also to the highlights. I was hearing stuff as well by my friends and stuff like that, and they were saying, you know, it's a good job you didn't watch the game. It was a very sloppy performance. We weren't good enough. And yeah, I didn't watch this game because I had to get up really early. I've now got a job, so it's hard to balance things now when you have to get up really early for something that you've got to do, and when these games are on at really late as well. I would have watched the first half, but I chose not to because I was really tired. But due to the highlights, I still got a chance to watch the highlights. You know, I think I think the first half wasn't great by Manchester United. I think it was probably one of the luckiest halves that we probably got away with massively. I don't know what the start was like, if it was a slow or quick start to the game. But Club Brugge are now a team that have really made a transition from 5 years ago. I thought, you know, Club Brugge look a real team now. I think when we last played them in 2015, they weren't a team. They probably didn't have a great manager, and I think probably a few years later on it was like a bit of a rebuilding process for Club Brugge, and they've formed to a great team. They're a young team themselves now, so Club Brugge are a team now that want to play at this level, and Club Brugge are at our level. So we knew that once we got a bit of once we, you know, how we knew that they played, we thought we need to up the ante here. We need to try and get it. You know, we have to try and beat them with smart, intelligent play. But it's all down to the tactics at the end of the day. What do we do? Do you go out, have nothing to lose, and go and win the game, or do you sit back, capitalise on a mistake, and go and score? So, and that's what exactly we did. We sort of sat back deep and we waited for a mistake to happen, and then we scored on that mistake. But performance overall, not the best, not the worst performance. I don't think we looked that great. Obviously, I've been hearing, you know, that we were not good enough. I picked the right game not to watch. I picked the right game not to watch, and yeah, I think at the end of the day, games like this, you obviously, you know, have a bit of luck on your side, and probably got away with it massively. Club Brugge might have been the better team on the day, but I think that's just down to our very good defending recently. You know, we've been conceding less goals, and I think, you know, it's just all about, you know, the attitude, the character, the fight, the passion, the pride, the work rate, the work ethic, and I think you have to get the mentality right going into game by game. And if you can get the mentality right going in game by game, and try and win games after game and not get carried away, and obviously that's the aim of the game, really. And obviously the performance wasn't great overall. You know, I felt like, you know, Club Brugge were the better team in the first half. A game that we got away with massively. I thought in the second half United looked better, because obviously once again, because obviously once we threw on Bruno Fernandes, you know, Bruno Fernandes pretty much changed everything, and changed the whole dynamic in the game, and got the rhythm going again, and got us pushing forward and creating chances and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought the second half was better, much better, once Bruno Fernandes came on. But obviously there was a few players that didn't play at their best, the likes of Lingard and Pereira. And these two players have not been at the best now for the last couple of games. I know that Lingard might have had his problems with his family and stuff like that. But when you're a footballer and stuff like that, it is hard to sweep it under the carpet. But you've got to look on the football ability. Are they good enough? And I think these two players, the likes of Lingard and Pereira, they're done, and they just don't have a clue what they're doing at United right now. And it is hard when you've got players out of form and not playing well, because then it's a real, it's really hard to really put on a good performance when you've got players that are out of form out on the pitch, where you really need to win games and stuff like that. So. So obviously them two were really poor in the game and didn't really provide much as well. So yeah, Pereira and Lingard need to take a long hard look of themselves in the mirror, and it's the matter of when they're going to start performing well again. And but overall I thought it wasn't the best, not the worst performance. It could have been much worse, but we've been sloppy though. We have been sloppy though in the last couple of games in the Europa League, and I think there's been games where we've got away with in the Europa League. Like we drew to AZ Alkmaar in the first leg, and we managed to walk away with a draw. And I thought AZ Alkmaar in that game were the better team, but we just defended really well. And it's always down to the defending. I think if you can defend well, if you're a unit, if you keep men behind the ball, you're organised, defend well, which you have to do as well as a team, keep men behind the ball. And if you defend well, and it's just all about, create the chances, take your chances, score on your chances, and that's what you need from your players at the end of the day. And not the greatest performance out there, but we need to sort of now start improving on the performances now, because this is the real deal now. You're in the knockout stages, and I think we should be grateful that we've got that away goal, because obviously once you've got that away goal, it really gives you a kick start then to the second leg, and we should be grateful that we've got that away goal going into Old Trafford this week. So if we can, so obviously we've got the away goal now. It's just all about now that we've got to go back to Old Trafford, put out a good starting 11, and then both teams have got nothing to lose at the end of the day. And it's like whichever team gets the right tactics and the right game plan at the end of the day will win the game at the end of the day. So, but yeah, not the greatest performance. First half we weren't great at all, but second half we were a lot better when Bruno Fernandes came on. It made a huge difference to the team. Why were we so sloppy? At the end of the day, I think there's been games in the Europa League and also in the Premier League where we've been very sloppy in times, and obviously people might blame this on the fatigue and the fitness and stuff like that, because obviously we'll have a game on the weekend and then we have a game in the Europa League during the week, and then we have another game on the weekend. So that's what the players have now just got to adapt to. It's game after game after game. You don't get much time to prepare for these type of games, but it's not only just down to that, the fitness and the fatigue. It's also down to the team selection of how we. It's down to the team selection, and that's down to Ollie. The formation that Ollie goes with at the end of the day. I think it's also down to the balance of the team as well, and it's all about the creativity as well. If you're getting the best out of your players, if you're getting the best out of your front three, and you're obviously relying on the one that's in behind on the creativity as well, in the number 10 role. So there's multiple things why we can be so sloppy in these type of games, and those are examples why we've been so sloppy. And it might have been be a sloppy performance, but this is a game that we've probably got away with massively. And I think if you don't defend well, you're obviously not going to go through to the next round, are you? So we're still in the tie. We know we're still in the tie. We've got the away goal, which is crucial. It's always important to get that away goal, and let's take it back to Old Trafford now. And I'm very confident that we can take it back to Old Trafford and go and win in the obviously in the second leg. So I think we can do it. It's possible, and Club Brugge might be a good team, but I think when you've got the home advantage in front of your home fans, it's an advantage. But was it a fair result? At the end of the day, I think it was two teams that made rookie errors at the end of the day, schoolboy errors at the end of the day, with the both goals that we conceded. Obviously, the defending when what we conceded was just not good enough. I know the keeper might have booted it up to the player and then clipped the keeper, but at the end of the day, poor defending, not good enough. You can't defend like that, and it's hard for the keeper to make himself look big and try and jump, but it's hard to predict what the player's going to do at the end of the day. Is he going to take it round the keeper, or is he going to try and chip it over the keeper? So it's hard to predict of what the player's going to do. But I think it was a fair result at the end of the day. Two teams that made schoolboy errors, that we both conceded goals, and I thought it was a fair result. Both teams attacked really well, defended really well, and obviously they were hard to break down, and they tried to break us down but really couldn't find it as well. So you know what, it was a fair result, and you have to take it on the chin and you have to move on at the end of the day, and let's go and win the second leg back at Old Trafford at the end of the day. Who is my man of the match? My man of the match, I think it has to be either Anthony Martial or Bruno Fernandes. A lot of fans gave it to Bruno Fernandes because he made a difference in the second half, but I think you've also got to credit Anthony Martial's goal. Fantastic run, he capitalised on a mistake, and fantastic run. It's growing his confidence again. And so I think I'm going to have to give this to two players: Martial for the fantastic goal, and Bruno Fernandes for that made that transition and that made that difference in the second half as well, which we really needed as well, because we needed a kick up the backside. And I think if we would have found that second goal and got the second away goal, that would have been even better. But we've got to chase down the game now at Old Trafford. There's still another leg. We're still in a tie, and we know that for sure as well. Can United win the second leg and go through to the round of 16? Of course we can. We know that we can win the second leg. We've got the away goal. It's always crucial to get the away goal. It's always important to score that away goal, because then you take it back home and you've got the home advantage. You're playing in front of the fans. The fans are behind you, and at the end of the day, when you're in the second leg, you've got more of a chance of going through in front of your home fans. And we definitely can go through. We can definitely win the second leg and go through to the round of 16. It's just a matter of get the right attitude, get the right mentality, prepare well for this game going into Club Brugge. They may be tough. They may be tough to break down, but that's just down to the movement, the quick, sharp movement, the passing, and we know that we're the better team when we're passing the ball around and where we make teams move and stuff like that. But of course we can obviously win the second leg and go through to the round of 16. It's obviously we've got the away goal, which is an advantage, and when you've got the away goal, it's even better. So I think we're not far away now. I think if Ollie gets the right team selection, gets the right formation, gets the right balance in the team, and if he gets all those right, and we'll be able to beat these lot back at Old Trafford at the end of the day. How do we beat Club Brugge in the second leg back at Old Trafford? I think Ollie's got to think now. We've got nothing to lose, and both teams have got nothing to lose, and I think he just wants to go out there with a formation that you've got. He should go with a 4-4-2 at the end of the day. He's got nothing to lose. Throw out a great team, go and play Martial and Greenwood up top, and play whoever that's going to suit this game and who's going to play well. And you need your best out your players for this game as well, for this tie, because obviously Club Brugge will look to get the away goal themselves. And if they get the first away goal, then that's then for us to go and chase the game down and score goals, obviously. So I think it's always important for us being at home, score that first goal at home, but you don't want to sit back, relax too much. I think it's all about score the first goal, control the game, and then when you're in possession, go and counter attack and go and score the second goal, and then that's why you can just sit back, pass the ball about, control and dominate the game, make Club Brugge work. I'd go with the 4-4-2 because then you can play players out wide, get some hard and low crosses into the box, make some good crosses in, and go for it because you've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. Both teams have got nothing to lose. Both teams are in a good position of booking themselves into a round of 16, and it's always crucial to get that away goal. They'll be gutted to give that away goal away, so it's just us now to go and return the favour back at Old Trafford. The game plan and the tactics have got to be spot on, and obviously Club Brugge will come with the game plan and the tactics, so we've just got to be a little bit more smarter and intelligent in our play, and we're just going to have to really break them down. They might be tough to break down, but we managed to score a goal on a mistake. So, and you're not always going to get those many opportunities where they'll make a mistake and capitalise on it. So I think it's all about you need that creativity there. Got to take your chances and score your chances at the end of the day. Getting into the first goal now, crap throwing by the Club Brugge player. The Club Brugge player misjudged it. Martial capitalised on a mistake. Great one by Martial, and it was a great finish by Martial. Getting into the stats now, possession-wise for Club Brugge it was 40.4%, and for Man United it was 59.6%. Goals for Club Brugge it was 1, and for United it was 1. Total shots for Club Brugge it was 10. And for Man United it was 16. Total shots for Club Brugge it was 4, and for Man United it was 4. Shot accuracy for Club Brugge it was bang on 40%, and for Man United it was bang on 25%. Shots inside the box for Club Brugge it was 7, and for Man United it was 6. Shots outside the box for Club Brugge it was 3, and for Man United it was 10. Total passes for Club Brugge it was 433 passes, and for Man United it was 648 passes. Pass accuracy for Club Brugge was 79.4%, and for Man United it was 85.5%. Getting into the substitutions now, Martial went off for Igalo. Talking about Martial's performance, pounced on a loose ball to brilliantly equalise and salvage United's first half. Hit the post with a fine strike, but then oddly substituted. Pereira went off for Fred. Talking about Pereira's performance, forced a save from Simon Mignolet, but the unfamiliar setup behind Martial caused confusion for Pereira. Teammates struggled in the second half. Dalot went off for Fernandes. Talking about Dalot's performance, made a little impression down the right and hardly offered an outlet. Dalot was poorer at attacking than Aaron Wan-Bissaka this week. Onwards and upwards, we've obviously got Club Brugge in the second leg at home. Obviously Club Brugge are at the top of their league in the Division 1A. Obviously, like I said, Club Brugge, they'll come to Old Trafford, they'll come with the game plan, they'll come with the tactics. They know that they've scored against us, and I think for them, they'll just want to, obviously, get the first goal and just defend for dear lives at the end of the day. And that's what we don't want to do, because if we concede the first goal, it's like, shit, we'll be scratching our heads, we won't know what to do. And but then that's just down to the tactics and the game plan that we have to really go and execute on the day. But I think at the end of the day, that's just down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that he picks the right team, he puts the players in the right positions, he needs to balance the team out right. The structure in the team needs to be right, we need depth in the team, and he needs to select the right formation for the game. But they'll come with a game plan, Club Brugge. They're a young team, they're still learning, they're still improving right now, but they're a very good team now. They've transformed a very good team over the last 5 years. 5 years ago they were really shit, but now 5 years later they're really good now. So they'll come with a game plan, they'll come with the tactics. They've got a great manager, they've got some quality players that we've got to look out for, and that's just down to the defending. And we've got to really defend well. We've got to be a unit, we've got to keep men behind the ball, be organised, defend well, don't put a foot wrong. And I think we've got the home advantage. And when you get the home advantage, you've got the fans behind you, and it's possible to go and win the game. So, I think we can do it at the end of the day. It's just all about score the first goal, then control, dominate the game, and then when we've got hold of possession, go and chase down the second goal, and then that's where you can just go and see out the game and win the game, and then you're through to the next round, really. So, Club Brugge, very good team now. They're going to come to Old Trafford to win. But I think it's all for us. We need the right mentality, the right mindset going into this game. We need the attitude to be right on the day. We need the character, the work rate, the fight, the passion, the pride, and we need everything there on the day. We need the creativity on the day. Ollie needs to pick the right team. He probably didn't pick the right team in the first leg because obviously he pissed about by playing Lingard and Pereira, and I think when you drop them two, we're a different team at the end of the day. And I think you cannot play Pereira, Lingard and Fernandes together because they just may not work at the end of the day. And that's where Fernandes needs a bit more experience playing with him as well. The likes of Mata, that could be a very good player to play alongside with Fernandes. So, we know we're still unbeaten against Club Brugge. It's the first draw that we've got against Club Brugge, obviously, in the first leg. Obviously, we played them in the Champions League last time round at Old Trafford, but now this time we're playing them in the UEFA Europa League, obviously because they got knocked out of the UEFA Champions League by Real Madrid and PSG. So, but they had a tough group at the end of the day, Club Brugge. We know we can beat them. I think it's in our hands. We've got the crucial away goal. It's always important to get that away goal because it changes the whole dynamic and the whole different game, because you're still in the tie, you're still in to win it at the end of the day. So it's just all about get the right mindset, get the right mentality. You need the best out of your players, you need the potential best out of your players, and it's always down to the attitude and get the right mindset, get the right mentality. We need to prepare well for this game mentally and physically, and I think if we just do all those right things and get the team there, and Ollie just needs to pick the right team at the end of the day. If he can pick the right team, we'll go on to winning the game. And, but Club Brugge, they'll come with a game plan, they'll come with the tactics, they'll come to win. And just got to take your chances and score your chances. And they're coming to win. It's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult. But when you've got the home advantage, the fans are behind you. And then the fans go on to, pushing on the team on. And it's just all about get the first goal, and I think if we're in it with about half an hour to go and score the next goal and then see them out, really. So it will be difficult to break them down, but don't wait for a mistake, because it's all about down to the creativity. So if we can get the right team selection and put out a very good team that can go and destroy Club Brugge, I'd go for it. I'd go with the 4-4-2, play Martial and Greenwood together. And because you've got nothing to lose and you want players playing out wide to get some good crosses into the box, and get the Emperor up there. You'll need everything out of the final third, create chances, score on your chances, and that's what you need to do at the end of the day. This will be Man United's fourth meeting with Club Brugge, and the last time United played Club Brugge at Old Trafford was on Tuesday the 18th of August 2015, and it ended 3-1 to the Reds in the UEFA Champions League. What is going to happen in the UEFA Europa League this time around? We'll have to wait and find out on the night. But I'm confident that Manchester United can go through to the round of 16, and I can't see us getting knocked out. It's just get the right mindset, the right mentality, and we just need the character and the attitude there from the players, get the right team selection, and I think there's nothing to worry about at the end of the day. And I wish the best, and it's obviously down to let the best team win. And let's get through to the round of 16. And we've got more hope than them at the end of the day. So, hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.